So often we overlook the worth and the significance of those who are not in professional jobs, of those who are not in the so-called big jobs. But let me say to you tonight that whenever you are engaged in work that serves humanity and is for the building of humanity, it has dignity and it has worth.
Hello, my name is Joe Lambert. I'm a volunteer organizer with the IBEW Local 827. I thank you for taking the time to watch this informational video. The Local 827 Organizing Committee has put this short film together to inform Comcast employees about the benefits of being part of our brotherhood. We know that Comcast has tried very hard to convince you that going union is not in your best interest. But when most working men and women get the facts from both sides, the history of what labor unions have done for this country, and the benefits of being a proud union worker, they become convinced to vote union yes. I would like to introduce you to Jim Daly and Vic Wickander, two former cable company employees now employed by Verizon and represented by the 827, to talk about the differences they have seen in an organized workplace.
What would you say is the major difference between your employment prior to being represented by the Local 827?
The major difference is the benefits, 401k, the pension, all the things you don't get with a non-represented company.
One of the best things about a union, of course, aside from, it's definitely the best paying job I've had by far. But you also have a steward that you could always talk to, whatever problems you may have, whether it be some type of discipline being handed down. You always have that protection. There's a comfort level there. I've never had that at any other job.
Right now, we're trying to organize Comcast in New Jersey, and they're being told a lot of things by management about how bad a union would be in the workplace. How would you guys respond to management's theories about what a union does in the workplace?
I've had nothing but good experience with the union. I go home at night, I feel okay about tomorrow. I feel okay about next week. The union is here for us. This is why we get paid what we get paid. We work safe. We go home at night. What more can you ask for? I mean, you make a good living, and you do it safely, professionally, and we want you guys to come aboard.
I don't know. I think you'd be crazy not to want to be in a union. I've never seen any problems, really. Conflicts between everybody works together. Stewards, management, they all work together. I think it's a lot of hysteria over nothing, really. It's definitely a good thing. I mean, the security that comes along with it, I've never experienced before. I'm grateful for it.
You may have seen an organizer at your garage leafleting, or met one out in the field. These men and women are unpaid advocates for the cause of labor. A Local 827 organizer faces unique challenges when working for the men and women at Comcast. Danny Mann has spent 12 years organizing, many of those years spent talking to Comcast workers.
What do you see from your experiences on the Comcast campaigns as opposed to maybe other campaigns? Is there a big difference, or is it?
There's a huge difference with a Comcast. People have to realize that Comcast spends more money per capita to keep the union out, to keep the people, not to keep the union out, but just to keep the people from being organized. One of the things we've learned from dealing with Comcast is that they take all of their people and subdivide them and tell them, this is your wage, this is your wage, this is your wage, but don't tell him your wage, and you don't tell him your wage, and you don't tell this guy your benefits. It's more or less the Walmart approach. I'll give, everybody may get a raise this year, but you'll get 25 cents This guy get a dime. This guy might get $5. You know, and that's what's just so wrong. You know, I mean, we had one guy who was there. We were organizing. He left because after 21 years, he was making $18.75, and his last raise from his boss was 25 cents. 25 cents an hour, and that just when he found that out, because we got all of the guys to get together and they started talking about salaries, and they could not believe that this guy was making that $18.75 after 21 years. And here was another guy who had 8 years, you know, and one of the supervisors was his father-in-law, and this guy was making $20-something in 5 years. Some of them have what they call the fear of the unknown, and that's where we come in as an organizer, to teach them, to show them the history. You know, Rome wasn't built in a day, but the building started with everybody coming together and sticking together. Because once we all at the same level, we're all working in concert together. I can call you, you can call me. How do you fix this? How do you do this? That's what working and making this company into something, and that's what it comes down to. Unionism doesn't tear down a company. Union builds up a company. It makes a company.
Yeah.
Thank you for taking the time to watch this video and educate yourself about Local 827. In this short video, we were only able to touch on some of the key points of what organizing Comcast could mean to you and your coworkers, and I'm sure you have questions about specific issues. The IBEW Local 827 Organizing Committee wants to answer all of these questions for you. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and check out the videos listed in our favorites, as well as periodic updates on how the Comcast drive is going. Listed in the comments of our channel is our toll-free number you can call to get in touch with someone on our volunteer committee who can answer your questions. If you are someone who wants our cause to succeed, please talk to your coworkers and encourage them to call us, watch our YouTube channel, and attend our meetings. We truly believe that once working men and women unite, the fear of unions that Comcast instills is replaced with the dignity and pride every hardworking American deserves. You must fight to gain a strong voice in your workplace. The IBEW looks forward to the day when we can call the hardworking men and women of Comcast brothers and sisters.